unbroken.
Watch where you're thinking that they'd give you anything. You build them up while they tear you down, but still you never give up. You never give up.
They
No.
would soak the fire as you hope to rise. It was mostly lies that you broke inside. I know it's all love, I just gotta complain. I got your back, we gon' rise to the flames. You'll be at it again.
Happy Saturday, PPW Nation, and welcome back to Prairie Pro Wrestling right here on YouTube. I am Bobby Munson, and joined as always by the man with the angelic voice. You know him, he's Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, look at this. We are being joined by Bucky McGraw for a big match here tonight. It is Bucky McGraw against none other than Shaun Moore making his Prairie Pro Wrestling debut. Papa Smokes, first of all, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing great, Munson, and how are all my wrestling people doing out there?
Hopefully everybody is loving life and enjoying some PPW back right here on YouTube. And if you are, make sure to go and click subscribe, like, all this kind of stuff. As I mentioned before, we're getting through a few technical difficulties. We apologize for the delays. We apologize for some of the glitches on the videos here. But we promise the videos in a few weeks' time will start to show improvement, as quality was definitely improved. But we are still bringing you everything so you can keep up to date with everything that happened in Prairie Pro Wrestling, especially if you're someone who is unable to make it to the Saskatoon area to catch Prairie Pro Wrestling in a live atmosphere. Papa Smokes, let's talk about Bucky McGraw for a minute. He's got a big opponent here tonight. But before we do, maybe we should let Bucky take the microphone.
Adoption rate of my teachings in this entire country. As such, I have no desire to breathe the same air as this city that has failed to embrace my re-education. So I will be competing with my mask on until everyone has embraced my path of truth, courtesy of wrestling's smartest man, Bucky McGraw.
Well, it would appear the wrestling smartest man, Pop Smokes, is going to stay smart by keeping his mask on during this encounter here. But we are being joined from the debut of Shaun Moore. Now, this is one that we've said before, even on Ring Respect Radio, that we wanted to see the time when Shaun Moore entered a Prairie Pro Wrestling ring, and we're finally getting it here tonight, Pop Smokes. I couldn't be happier. This is exciting news.
Well, business has just picked up in PPW. We've got the one Shaun Moore appearing here. Like you say, I've wanted to see more of this guy's stuff. I'll watch me some Shaun Moore any damn time. I love his work. He's completely exciting and excellent in the ring. And you hear this ovation from the fans who are familiar with Shaun Moore and his work are just absolutely elated that he's appearing in a PPW ring.
Not just one of the best in Western Canada, but one of the best all over the world. This man is a very well-traveled, well-diverse professional wrestler that has made his mark everywhere he has gone. But he is going up against wrestling's smartest man, Bucky McGraw, who has been nothing short of absolutely perfect since joining Prairie Pro Wrestling. Ever since he got into the whole path of the golden truth, Papa Smokes, that truth seems to be helping him out in more of the ways than you could imagine.
Yeah, in fact, Bucky McGraw has reinvented himself since the birth of PPW, and he's been on such a winning streak that we must assume that the golden path to truth is the true way for Bucky McGraw, because it's certainly brought him a whole ton of success in the ring.
And again, I believe he is going to offer an opportunity here to Shaun Moore to shake his hand. And again, Shaun Moore's not even going to let him extend that handshake like Bucky McGraw always does. Shaun Moore wants to get out into some grappling.
Nice double leg takedown, and Bucky's just going to roll out of the ring. He's going to try and regroup a little bit and try this again.
Again, I love when we get this actual grappling going on. This is professional wrestling at its absolute finest. A struggle between two great athletic competitors taking place in the ring right here as Bucky McGraw looks to reverse this one with a side head scissors on Shaun Moore.
And as great as a wrestler as Shaun Moore is, he's kind of up against a very skilled grappler as well in Bucky McGraw. Bucky McGraw loves to wrestle on the mat. He loves takedowns, transitions. He's going to go for a single leg here on Shaun Moore. Shaun Moore having none of it here. So this particular bit of grappling not working out for Bucky McGraw. Moore takes him over, full mount, and now he's just having his way with Bucky McGraw.
A lot more of a catch-as-catch-can style of wrestling with this one between these two competitors. Very technical, very sound, using holds, things like that. That's exactly what you expect when you get a couple of great competitors inside the ring, such as Shaun Moore and Bucky McGraw. Nice side head takeover there from Bucky McGraw, going straight to the ankle. Now working the ankle of Shaun Moore. That would definitely slow down Shaun Moore quite heavily in this one, but he manages to reverse it right away, saving himself from, much danger there on that ankle. Bucky McGraw now to the outside, going to take his time, very methodical in his thinking, planning, and getting ready to go back at Shaun Moore in this one.
I think that's a sound idea by Bucky McGraw to slow down the pace of this, because Shaun Moore is pure action and excitement. As you see here, he's not even going to let Bucky McGraw regroup on the floor. Pulls him in, gives him a couple shots, and a beautiful standing drop kick there. And Bucky McGraw again on the defensive here.
What could Shaun Moore possibly have in store here? Grabbing the head of Bucky McGraw. Looks like we're going to be treated to a nice suplex here. Man, pure strength and lifting Bucky McGraw up and even taking a little run there. Man, that takes a pure strength pop supposed to be able to pick a man up like that and even run with him afterwards.
And a nice 2 count there, but just to say, we've called a whole bunch of Shaun Moore's matches in the past, and as great as he's been all this time, you must admit that he's come a long way in the last 2, say 3 years. Even during the COVID shutdown, when we saw him after that, you could see the difference in his body with his bodybuilding. You could see his oh, look at this move now. Yeah, that's perfect transition right there. And he's got so many moves and such a huge move set that he can go through it at any time. And his training is also such that he remains at the top of the Canadian mat wrestling game. And if you follow Shaun Moore on his social media, you can see that he not only wrestles all throughout Canada and parts of the United States, but he's been doing some work with some lucha companies down in Mexico over the past year too. So the sky's the limit for Shaun Moore. He's been getting experience all over North America and wrestling all kinds of different wrestlers, different styles. And that's how guys go from excellent to great and legendary, is just by having a variety of different opponents. And Bucky McGraw will be one of those for Shaun Moore as well.
Well, and that's one of the things you mentioned about how, we used to call a lot of Shaun Moore matches. He used to be a very regular person here in Saskatoon month after month. But the thing is, he's grown so much and reached out and gone so worldwide, getting everybody to know who he is, that it's gotten to that point where Shaun Moore becomes almost a special guest when we're able to get him into a show like Prairie Pro Wrestling at this point. This is like bringing a named person into your company.
Yeah, and it's always sad for us in the smaller companies in Canada that we have these mainstays and these fan favorites and these awesome wrestlers that appear month after month for our promotions, but we always wish them the best if they can do better and go to larger cities and larger promotions and stuff. But isn't it sad for us and the fans when we have to say goodbye sometimes? But here it's not so with Shaun Moore. He's going to come back to his roots, back to Saskatoon, one of the places he really worked his chops in, and the fans remember him, they love him, and we always get a good match out of him.
Speaking of working his chops, and he's working them in right now. And again, you mentioned about how it's sad when we lose people because they become very world renowned and stuff like that out of the Western provinces. But the one thing we do is we train the stars of tomorrow. And if you're looking to become a professional wrestler at any point in time, you're going to want to reach out to our very own Prairie Pro Wrestling Academy right here in Saskatoon, where you can get the best of the best training and become the next big star here in Prairie Pro Wrestling, and then possibly the next big star in the professional wrestling world entirely. So reach out to Prairie Pro Wrestling Academy today on social media, both on Twitter and Facebook. Check them out and get yourself all trained up and become part of the Prairie Pro Wrestling family.
And in the meantime, here, Bucky McGraw had gone to the eyes of Shaun Moore, gave him a rake across the eyes, which debilitated him for a minute, and now he's running corner to corner. He's got some nice offense going. Big slam on the back there, and he's going to go for a cover.
Oh, barely a 2. Shaun Moore's on top of his game here, Papa Smokes. But again, what a massive win this would be for Bucky McGraw and his current path that he's on if he was to be able to conquer Shaun Moore here tonight.
Yeah, that's a tall order you're given there. Bucky McGraw, as great as he is and as wily as he is, he's up against Shaun Moore. This is an elite athlete here, and he's going to really have to pull a lot of tricks out of his bag. Those stiff forearm shots on the back of the neck might be a nice start, but as he greets the crowd there, he's got to stay on Shaun Moore if he wants that pinfall.
You talk about cauliflowering up those ears. That's exactly what Bucky McGraw was doing by throwing those elbows right into the side of Shaun Moore's head. Shaun Moore going here at a nice fireman's carry right over into the fireman's carry slam. Man, that takes Bucky McGraw down, but both men down now. Who's going to get to their feet first? Can Shaun Moore reach over for that cover? He's looking pretty rough there himself, Pop Smokes. Both men slow to get up, slowly getting back up to their feet. We don't want to see this one end with both men down and out. Too good for that, but Shaun Moore now getting fired up, hitting in those clotheslines, back elbow. Flying in with another clothesline, takes Bucky McGraw down. Irish whip into the ropes, and boom with that spine buster. Man, hit with authority. Here we go. And just a 2 count, Bucky McGraw, talking about being on top of your game. McGraw not having any of it either. He's still in this one.
And listen to the fans. They can feel it from Shaun Moore. They know that he's starting to get some momentum rolling here, and the fans are getting restless, getting louder, just like we love them to be loud all the time. Shaun Moore's looking for blood.
He sure is. And now he's got Bucky McGraw up. And only one place to go, and that's down right there as he goes for that cover. It's got to be it, Pop Smokes. 2.5. Bucky McGraw still managing to find something deep down inside and kick it out of that one.
Little bit of frustration on the face of Shaun Moore here. I think he might have thought he had Bucky McGraw for the 1-2-3 there, but now we're going to take the straps down. Now he means business, and you know that Shaun Moore intends to finish this off right now.
You see Bucky there, Papa Smokes. I swear he just slid that little re-education book underneath his chest. Right at a nice kick right into the referee. Going for it. DDT on top of that book, and he covers up. The ref sees nothing. My God, Papa Smokes. Bucky McGraw has stolen one here from Shaun Moore, of all people, here tonight.
He's done it again, Munson. A match that he looked down and out in. He's come out with the victory, and the referee is no the wiser that book of the path to golden enlightenment was used as a foreign object in this match. My God, you can hear the groaning of the fans here. It's like they're all saying, again, not this again.
Yeah, they are not looking forward to seeing another Bucky McGraw win, but what a path this man has been on. Excellent in everything he does, and the re-education seems to be working for Bucky McGraw as he picks up a massive victory against Shaun Moore. So what we want to do is thank each and every one of you for tuning in here today. Make sure to share this video out. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Make sure that you tell everybody about Prairie Pro Wrestling. And if you get that opportunity to make it down to Saskatoon, come join us for a live event. They're held at the Senior Center, the Cosmo Senior Center there. It's been a while since I've had to say that, but the Cosmo Senior Center in Saskatoon. I believe the next show coming up is Saturday, September the 24th. So come on out $15 for tickets. If your kids are 10 and under, you get in for $5. That's $20 for a parent and a kid to come out to a show, and you just can't be beat. The best $20 on entertainment you could possibly spend is right here in Saskatoon with Prairie Pro Wrestling. So from myself and Papa Smokes, we want to thank you all for taking time out on your Saturday to watch these matches each and every week. We thank you, and good night. We'll see you next time.